Can you believe this? They're pushing new legislation in New York City that would give illegal aliens the right to vote in local city elections next year. All rise, Napolitano, the judge, is here. What do you make of this?
Well, you know, there's nothing in the Constitution, surprisingly, requiring citizenship to vote, but there are federal statutes requiring it. So it is almost inconceivable that the city of New York, or even the state of New York, could interfere with that premise that one must be an American citizen in order to get the right to vote. Why does New York do this? I mean, who knows? The mayor is pandering to a political group.
Of course they are.
Of course.
That's what it's all about. It's symbolic. It's not going to happen. It's symbolic.
Yes.
Vote for me because, you know, I'd really like to give you the vote.
Right. Well, he wants to give them more than the vote. He wants to give away the store.
That's true,
like your friend Bernie Sanders. But anyway, that's another story for another time. I don't think this could ever come to pass. The political will against non-citizens voting is nearly overwhelming, and it's bipartisan.
Okay, now I've been waiting a whole hour to put this one in front of you.
What's that?
Can't you guess?
Closing Gitmo?
No.
No.
Bernie Sanders, self-proclaimed socialist, called the Pope a socialist. Well, you're a staunch Catholic, Latin Mass and all, pre-Vatican. What do you make of this?
I'm sorry to tell you that I agree with Senator Sanders.
The Pope is a socialist?
Yes, to the extent
Why are you sorry to tell me?
Well, because socialism is antithetical to Catholicism, because the essence of Catholicism is free will, and socialism is the government will take away your free will. And one of his predecessors, Leo XIII, said in an encyclical, one cannot be a true Catholic and a true socialist.
Leo XIII?
Yes. But
what year was that?
Oh, shortly after the Civil War. So
really?
I want to say around 1880.
Really?
Yeah. But the Pope, in my view, for benevolent reasons, believes the government should take wealth from the rich and transfer it to the poor. Not because he despises the rich, but because he wants to help the poor. I think we would argue that capitalism does a better job of that than the government central planners.
I think you're right. By the way, would you include Protestants in that whole feeling of being based on individual freedom as opposed to the coercion of government?
Absolutely.
You would?
Yes.
Oh, that's very generous.
Particularly the Church of England.
The Episcopalians. As an American citizen, we now call them Episcopalians. Is that clear?
Philippi's renounced us again!
All right, Judge. I believe we're having lunch today.